Tahataharoa, the first place that we went to, is on the south side. It's basically the whole of that ridge, and it's partially forested today, but in the past it would have been fully forest, and around it there's it's farmland, but it would have been far more forested back then, and there were many pā all around there, like a community of pā. And so my understanding is that Ngāti Apakura came to Tahataharoa after Rangiaowhia, and they stayed there, or some of them stayed there at Tahataharoa, obviously in one or more of the pā that were there. The leaders that I understand, according to Nani Timu's kōrero that she told me, the 4 Apakura leaders that led their people to Tahataharoa were Iwi Mani, Taonga Nui, Te Matinga, and Rangi Tūhoe. Also of significance with Tahataharoa is that subsequent to Rangiaowhia, there was the Waikato Wars continued in the Battle of Ōrākau. Ngāti Te Kohera, partially out of the response to what happened in Rangiaowhia, but also to aid their relatives in Waikato, Ngāti Apakura being part of that, those relatives, as well as wider Waikato, and also to prevent the crown making its way eventually to Tūaropaki and Tahataharoa in that area. They went to fight, and they fought at Ōrākau. But however, Tahataharoa was, in 1864, the staging point from where Ngāti Te Kohera left. They were there, and they were met by the contingent from the Urewera, who were Ngāi Tūhoe, Ngāti Whare, and Ngāti Manawa. And the chiefs, there's many chiefs I understand, but the ones that come to mind is Te Whenua Nui and Piripi Te Heuheu. And then they joined Ngāti Te Kohera, and there was probably about 300 in that party, and they followed the track, the old Māori track from Tahataharoa and eventually onto Ōrākau.
They would have more or less followed the same track that the people from here left to go to Ōrākau. They would have followed the same track because that was the track, that was the highway.